What is going on, nerds and nerdettes? It's your boy Stevie B. Welcome to another one of my haul videos. And as promised last week, I got a banger for you. I got a great one for you. So excited to show you this. Got some really good stuff. Like no, only one modern book and a whole stack of some goodness. Boy, I can't wait to get into it with you. But what's in the news today? Let's talk about it. The Green Lantern trailer finally dropped for the Green Lantern series, and everybody is already losing their ever-loving minds over the brownish Hal Jordan costume. And I'm like, guys, give it a minute. Wait for some context. The trailer appears as though it's going to be a rated R show, so lots of F-bombs in the trailer. Don't bother me. I'm not sensitive about it, but for some of you, with kids, might be a little touch and go there. But essentially, Hal Jordan is training Stewart to be his new replacement, I guess, in the show. So, and of course, he's putting him through the ringer, giving him the ups and downs, of being a Green Lantern, driving the car off a cliff and then abandoning him to let him fend for himself. So John Stewart's, got to save himself. And, but there was a couple of scenes in there that got people up in arms. Number one, Hal Jordan flying without the green magic. When Ryan Reynolds did it and they put the CGI green suit on him, everybody lost his mind. When he was flying with the green aura, everybody lost his mind. So they took that out, made it a little more grounded, and people are still losing their minds. So you can't win for losing. I'm assuming that the suit is dingy brown like that because he's been a Green Lantern for a while, and maybe they're trying to show that his suit's more rustic and beat in or something. Or it may be, and people will argue, well, the suit's generated from his ring. Well, maybe it's civilian clothes. Maybe he's not walking around generating all the time. And he just, maybe it's his bomber jacket. Everybody knows he's Green Lantern already, so he doesn't have a secret identity. So he's got him a bomber jacket with the Green Lantern logo on it that he wears when he's not doing Green Lantern stuff. Who knows? I'm sure that they'll provide some context. All in all, the show looks very interesting. The part where John Stewart asks him, do you ever talk to the other members of the Green Lantern Corps? And he says, I'm the only human. He goes, one of them's a fucking squirrel. It's just priceless. So yeah, that's kind of great. That's kind of cool. I think it's going to overall be a good show. I'm looking forward to it. I'm not going to let the brown Green Lantern costume deter me from watching it. And I suggest y'all do the same. Give it a shot. Looks really good. I'm excited for it. But that being said, I got a pretty big stack here to go through. Lots of stuff. I can't wait to show you. It's going to be a great haul. First modern book, and only modern book, is actually not one that you can get at your LCS. This was a Kickstarter that I finally got. They were from some local boys, also from Northwest Arkansas, which is where I'm living, from Fried Comics, with the creative team of Adams, Ramachi, and Chioka. I'm sure I butchered those names, but it is Blood of the Grunch, #1. But I backed this because that cover, it reminiscent. Don't get me wrong. No, some of y'all are gonna, roast me about saying this, but it kind of gives me a Neil Adams type of vibe, and I really dug it. And I did read this one. They sent a digital copy first before they sent out the hard copy, which is, I think, pretty typical for Kickstarters. But It's not bad. It's not bad. I would give you a review of it, but it's really kind of hard to explain. But it's a zombie. It's a zombie book. I mean, but it wasn't bad. Probably not a series I would, want to collect the whole set, but I wanted to support local, and I really dug that cover. I don't know what Blood of the Grunch #2 is going to look like, but I don't do too many Kickstarters because I am one impatient sumbitch. I cannot, if I pay my money, waiting 2-3 months to get something I paid for just absolutely just grates on me, and I can't stand it. So I do very few of them. I did this one, like I said, because I liked the artwork and I wanted to support a local creator. Fried Comics, look them up on Kickstarter. I think they have Instagram, but you can look them up online. Google them, Fried Comics. Give them a check out. I'm going to do something I normally don't do when on holidays. I'm going to actually try to put my comics away after the video is filmed. I tend to let them pile up, and then I go, come in here and go. The more I pile up, the more I dread putting them away. And I just think to myself, well, Jesus Christ, if you just put them away when there's only 6, it wouldn't be so bad. But no, I get lazy. What can I say? All right, next up. This is Detective Comics number 394, some of that Neal Adams goodness. I told you I was going to start going after a lot of Neal Adams, Nick Cardy, and stuff like that. So, but love it. Not a key, really. A lot of, what's sad, what's crazy is a lot of Neal Adams covers and Nick Cardy's covers even aren't really key books, but they hold the value because of the incredible artwork. And the fact that they're both, legends. But love that. And okay, I have found my absolute favorite Superboy cover ever. It's a Neal Adams cover. But this is epic. And you tell me who it reminds you of. But I'll let you go there. But I know who it reminds me of a little bit. Oh, man. And I try to do that thing where I get, I'll try to tell you who it kind of reminds me of a little bit. But you tell me. But it's Superboy number 178. Let me get that back in frame here. And I love it. Absolutely love it. This is going to go in a better bag because this is kind of, you can see it's all rippled up. I want this, and this is going in some Mylar. Your boys, just ordered some new Mylar. I'm getting 4 mils this time instead of 2 because I want them thick. I want them thick Mylars, and we'll see what happens. But anyway, my new favorite Superboy cover. That is epic. I absolutely love it. That may be a wall book at some point. Just saying. Next up, let's see. Yeah, I got my notes on these. I did my due diligence this time. I came more prepared. I know y'all like that. I know I like that, so I don't go, this is, I don't know who did this. Anyway, another Neal Adams cover, another Superboy cover, another fantastic cover. Superboy 161. The infamous I Quit covers. Everybody's done one. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Batman, Teen Titans, when Wally West and Dick Grayson quit being Robin and Kid Flash, that walk away, they'll ditch in the costume. It's a famous, Superboy had to have his day in the sun, but the old I Quit costume. But it is Neal Adams. I loved it. It was pretty cheap. These are Whatnot pickups too, so. And I'm not a fan of this practice. I wanted y'all to know this. I am not a fan of this practice. Y'all are probably going, why is the bag in there backwards? I'll tell you why. Because he double booked them. I'm not a fan of that. I know a lot of people do them, and I know it saves space and shipping, saves a little money, and it probably doesn't do a whole lot of damage to the books if you don't leave them that way. If you just ship them that way, like, I guess I just don't like it because now I got to put a new bag in it. I want my shit in brand new bags of boards when I get them. But anyway, Superboy number 180, and this is not Neil Adams, believe it or not, but a Murphy Anderson cover. Kind of love it. Kind of love it. I'll be honest with you, I'm not real familiar with Murphy Anderson's work, but I don't hate it. Don't hate it a bit. I'll have to look into some more of his stuff, but not bad at all. But I'll have to rebag those. Might as well leave it out. And now we've got some detectives, some Jerry Bingham, another artist that I am not real familiar with, but that does some really cool work. Jerry Bingham. I'm sure y'all are going, you don't know who Jerry Bingham is? Geez, have you ever read a comic book? I'm bad with names, I'm bad remembering artists' names. That's why I have to make these little cliff notes, because I don't remember artist names unless there's somebody who I'm absolutely fascinated with. I mean, I can recognize Neil Adams from a mile away. I can recognize Nick Cardy from a mile away. I can recognize Frank Miller's art from a mile away. But, as far as some of the lesser knowns, I can recognize Todd McFarlane. I mean, everybody knows the big ones, but Jerry Bingham, I'm not familiar with, but very cool Two-Face cover. And that's Detective 580, and here is 581. Whoops, same seller, same thing. 2 books, 1 bag. Don't Google that. anyway, but they're great cover, great looking books. Like the Two-Face, his artwork on Two-Face is pretty good. Kind of dig it. But I got them for a song. I think 2 books and I think they were $5 for 2 books, so I wasn't too bad about it. And these are also some Jerry Bingham, or I'm sorry, I could be wrong on these. I actually think these are Norm Breyfogle. I believe these are Norm Breyfogle. My bad, not Jerry Bingham. Norm Breyfogle. But, let's see. This is one that I've seen pop up in feeds that I've been wanting for a long time. And it's not expensive. It just wasn't on my list of priorities right away. But love this cover. Love this book. Again, it was in a bulk by 2 for $5. So I only wanted this book, but I kind of got this one, which I'm not mad about. It's still a really cool Breyfogle cover. But yeah, 2 for $5. I couldn't resist it. But that's the one I was after. I would have paid $5 just for that one. Love that cover. Love that. Love it. Love it. And did my notes fall off of here, or what are we doing here? I had notes on all these, and now they are not on all these. I believe this is also Breyfogle. That's probably why I don't have the notes on them. I just kept them together. But it's $5.93. I'm pretty sure this is Breyfogle as well. I don't think it goes back to Jerry Bingham. But I could be wrong. That's probably why they were all together. But I'm pretty sure this is Breyfogle. Yeah, it is. It is, I'm sure. But anyway, cool cover. Another one of those bulk buys. Came with this one, which came in a separate bag and board because it's a square bound. But it's anniversary issue, Detective 627. And I didn't do my diligence on this one either. I'm going to assume that this is Breyfogle because I didn't note it, but it doesn't seem the same cover. I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong. It doesn't seem like the same artwork as Breyfogle, but I didn't mark it. But it's about the same time period of him doing them. But it, you know, a little homage cover. But not bad. Like I said, it was a throw-in. And next, also some Breyfogle goodness. That's what I'm saying. I think I tagged one and left them all together. But Detective 592, little Abraham Lincoln on the cover. But yeah, I think that's Breyfogle as well. Next up, this book, I got it because it was unique. It was interesting and probably not worth a plug nickel, but I thought it was interesting enough to want it in my collection. This is Marvel Comics, the official Marvel no prize book, Mighty Marvel's Most Massive Mistakes, #1. So basically a compilation of Marvel's screw-ups. There you go. Stan Lee and the Doctor Doom upside down. But I'm going to turn it right side up so you can see the picture with the Doctor Doom cloak on and stuff. But no prize. I thought it was an interesting book, and I like interesting, so I picked it up. Next up, some more Marvel Comics goodness. I know it was been DC heavy up until this point, but we're going back to the DC. Relax, Tim. We're going back to DC, I promise. But Marvel's Greatest Comic #77. This is some Kirby and Stan Lee goodness at its finest. Had to pick it up for just a couple bucks. I couldn't resist it. Anytime you can get some Kirby and Stan Lee, you got to do it. Don't you have to do it? And this one, some more Neal Adams goodness with Superman's pal, Jimmy Olsen, #115. And I just thought this was a freaking badass cover. Superman being a dick. But absolutely love it. And it's in really good shape for as old as it is. It's pretty good shape. As they say, presents well. But of course it's got some spine takes. Lots of spine takes and a few little corner creases. But all in all, looks good. I loved it. For the price, I ain't mad at it. All right, next up, we got some World's Finest, #251, and this is Jim Aparo. Aparo? How do you pronounce that? Somebody break it down for me in the comments. Aparo, 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 Aparo. I always pronounce it Jim Aparo. I've never heard anyone say it, I don't think. Full cover. I think this was a part of the buy two, get one free. And so I jumped on it. It's got a creeper backstory, so that's one of the things that drew me to it. But pretty cool. And this is a collaboration, World's Finest 185, with Neal Adams and Curt Swan. Curt Swan doing pencils, Neal Adams doing inks. Classic Batman Superman battle, World's Finest 185. The Galactic Gamblers. But classic Superman versus Batman. Gotta love it. And another collab on this cover, World's Finest #182. Also with Curt Swan doing pencils, Neal Adams doing inks. And Frank Quietly joins the group with another Batman versus Superman battle featuring Batman as the Mad Manhunter. But gotta love it, man. Gotta love it. We're getting down to the wire here. Some more Neal Adams goodness. World's Finest #180. And this thing is in just beautiful condition for it being, older than I am. But some more classic Batman versus Superman. God love it. But that one's just fire. That one's just fire. I love it. And last but not least, Justice League number 66. One of my oldest Justice League books. Also Neal Adams. But absolutely love it. Love some Neal Adams. I'm so glad that I've kind of gone down this Neal Adams rabbit hole. Once I've run out of Neal Adams stuff that I can afford to buy, then I will start focusing on some Nick Cardy stuff that I can afford. And then maybe some Kurt Swan and stuff like that. But I'm starting to really dig them. But anyway, we managed to get through those in about 20 minutes. So that's not bad. Not bad. I didn't drag it out too bad, did I? But some really cool books I was really happy to get. Where'd the ones go? Not real happy with that. If you're a seller, don't do that. Spend the extra 5 cents and put it in a bagging board of its own. That's just my opinion. Or did I? Oh yeah, I set these aside because they're going in Mylar. So far, my big winner of this haul, Superboy, that Neal Adams, man, that is so reminiscent of the Man-Bat covers that he did for Detective. So that's probably going to be a wall book. I'm running out of people to kick off my wall to make room for new people. But I kind of want that on my wall, and I kind of don't know who. I mean, it's sad to say, but I'm kind of just picking modern books to kick off. And next is going to be signed books probably to kick off. I may have to take my first appearance of Null and replace that one. I hate to replace Wonder Woman. That's my very favorite cover ever. But I may have to replace Null and take it down. I never understood why that cover, that Venom number 3 first Null cover, is so much less desirable than the A cover. I think it's such a much better cover, but that's just me. Anyway, I quit rambling on. But me, I love me some Man-Bat. So yeah. So this one hit the sweet spot for me. Neal Adams, little Man-Bat with a Superman costume. I don't care what you call it, but that's what it looks like, and I love it. So, but that's going to do it for this week's haul video. Next week's probably going to be a little slimmer. Is it, when it rains, it pours. My transmission went out on my last vehicle, so I had to get under a new car payments. Didn't like that. Well, now Amy's transmission is going out in her vehicle, so we may have to get under another car payment. So, kind of cutting back on the spending till we see what's going to happen with that. But anyway, that's going to do it for this haul. Before you go, do all those YouTube things we love for you to do. Like, subscribe, comment, and share. And we will see you guys in the next one. Peace.